Hi, and you are?
My name's Kayla Wexelberg, aka Frankie on the playa.
And where are we now?
We are at Burning Man. We're at 430 and A at Rhythm Wave in our beautiful costume closet.
And what do you do?
I am the Rhythm Wave cook. So I prepare all the meals and get an awesome team together to help create our delicious brunch and supper.
And tell me about what you do in the default world.
I do the same thing. I really love to focus on cooking and creating food from the soul and from the heart with love, especially using local and seasonal ingredients.
Tell me more about that.
Well, I spent years studying culinary anthropology in college, so food culture is really fascinating for me. So when I am making a meal, I'm not just thinking about how tasty it might be or how nutritious and healthy it might be. I'm also considering the stories behind the meal and the ancient practices that have been gifted to us to create a sustainable life here on this earth. I find them just amazingly important and living artifacts to how to survive on this earth.
And can it make a difference what food you eat?
It can make a huge difference. If you're eating pineapples in December, it's going to do some really interesting things compared to eating a beet or some dried meat in the winter. Something that's more correlated to the season that you're currently surviving in.
So what do you try to teach people?
Well, I really want people to learn to start to create their own food again and to know where food comes from. And I know this is just such the hype these days, the go organic and go green. But for me, it's been approached with a very mental sort of strategy. So people are going green and they're going organic. However, they're still buying produce from huge farms. Even if they're categorized as organic farms, they're still not quite getting the heart of it. So for me, what I'm trying to focus on through my classes and through my teachings and caterings is how can you get really excited about creating your own food from your land, from the heart. Because then the sustainable part just happens naturally, and supporting your local farmer is a natural side effect to being really excited to fuel your body with the foods from which you're from. The foods that get the same rain and the same sun and the same wind are going to harmonize with your body way more easily than something from China, Thailand, South Africa, Mexico.
What's your strategy for cooking here at Burning Man?
Well, I have various strategies since this is kind of the...
Okay.
Ooh, hello. Since this is the caterer's kind of like biggest challenge is, okay, I'm going to bring all the food for 10 days for 67 people. And I hope I have enough, and I hope it doesn't go bad, and all these things. So menu planning is a huge part of what I do. Talking to local farmers is a huge part of what I do to get local prices and to get as many organic ingredients as I can. And then preparing some meals and deep freezing has been really beneficial. And starting to create meals that are going to adapt to this atmosphere, so foods that won't go bad right away. And so it is kind of working with where we are and acclimating to what we can fuel our bodies with while we're here.
And what's the system here? One brings their own plate and silverware.
Yep, you bring your own plate and silverware. You clean your own plate and silverware. We bring all the food, and then we have everyone do one shift a week. So they all just have one shift helping in the kitchen for about 2 to 3 hours.
Anything else you'd like people to know about you and your love of food?
Well, I think food is something that we all know has been a huge part of all of our lives. And I think there is greater opportunity to heal with food far beyond the diet. There's energetic and spiritual ways to really root yourself with the nourishment you're giving your body. And I look at it just as yoga and just as meditation and just as dance. This is something that we can really start to use as a spiritual practice and as a way to clean and cleanse. So old habits and old stories and patterns are so intricately just woven into our eating patterns. So my focus is not just providing food for people, but encouraging people to start to look at food as something far beyond fuel. Something that can give them an opportunity to connect to who they are and where they're from, and also connect to who they were and who they want to be. And right now we're in such an amazing place in California and Nevada and this part of the world where we have so many different influences from food cultures all over the world. So we have this gift of a surplus of knowledge of all of the health benefits that these countries have discovered through their cooking methods for thousands of years. And now we get to have that here in this very new country in America and start to ask ourselves, well, what is our food culture? Because we have so many existing here. What can we do to create our own unique culture using their methods and also honoring their practices as theirs?
So nice.
Yeah.
And I've really enjoyed the food here, but even more so, I enjoy your emotional energy to all the eaters. So welcoming and appreciative.
Thank you so much. Really appreciate that.
Would you like to give a contact email?
Sure. My contact is tasteyourroots with 1R at gmail.com, and my website is Taste Your Roots. Taste your roots, meaning taste your roots and tasting your heritage and where you're from.
Roots is R-O-T-S?
R-O-O-T-S. So
okay.
taste.
Did you say 1-O?
1R.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it's not your roots, it's your roots.
Okay. Thanks a lot.
Yeah. Thank you.